Today, every time an ad comes on the TV during a football game, you'll see an ad for a sports betting app. But in 2012, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell stated, if gambling is permitted freely on sporting events, normal incidents of the game, such as bad snaps, drop passes, turnovers, penalties, and play calling inevitably will fuel speculation, distrust, and accusations of point shaving or game fixing, which is interesting because it's something we see now. So, does sports betting impact the integrity of the game itself? Guys, what do you think? Ryan, I'll let you start off. Do you think it does or no? I know this is like the biggest question everybody has.
I think in general, there's always skeptics, no matter what you do. So people are always going to say, oh, they dropped that on purpose. They did this, they did that. I think it can definitely fuel it now since there's monetary value tied behind it. It definitely intensifies it, I would say. But no matter what, everyone's always a skeptic. So I don't think,
But legally, how can you monitor a referee? And when I watch some football games, I'm like, oh my God, the ref called this game. And yes, maybe they did their job, but their decisions changed the impact of this game.
Well, and we're sitting here talking about $50 bets, $100 bets, but then when you get to the higher levels and people are betting really significant, exactly, and it's hard to think that wouldn't have an impact at that level.
Like if a ref was going to make $100,000, if a game went this way and they had some subtle decisions that flew it that way,
I wouldn't be surprised at all in the next couple of years if we see scandals come out like that.
Well, what surprises me is when Roger Goodell comes out and says that, oh, it doesn't really belong. It's gonna cause this and this and this and this and ruin the integrity. Like, and then 10 years later, we're sitting here and FanDuel and BetMGM are all over our NFL games. Kevin, what do you think?
I don't really think betting in general affects sports, like during the games and whether it's drop passes or interceptions or anything like that, because players, I'm pretty sure all major sports leagues cannot legally bet. And in any sports because they could lead into match fixing and everything like that. So like whether if it's a referee, like you just said, or coaches or people that are related to any sports teams, they're probably prohibited of making a bet.
Now, recently, you probably heard this news, you guys. Shane Pinto was banned for 41 games in the NHL, violating the sports wagering rules. They actually don't know where he was gambling. There wasn't like a published article saying this is what he exactly did, but there were speculations around it. Do you think it's a little bit of an overreaction? 41 games banned. That's half a season.
I think they have to make a statement when it comes to something like that.
So they set an example.
Yeah, exactly. I think so.
Cav, what do you think?
I think it was not even that bad compared to other incidents that happened in, like, I don't know, you're a big soccer fan, but there's a really, like, he's Italian, very famous midfielder, got caught in illegal betting, got suspended 10 months.
Really?
Yeah, that's probably 3/4 of their professional season.
Wow.
So I don't really think that's a bad suspension at all.
Yeah, you think but it's to set an example.
I think so, and I agree with you. I think there are going to be some like scandals that come out later on. And there's also, I feel like there's always ways around it. Even though you can't bet yourself, you know, you're some distant buddy that you can't prove a relationship with or whatever. You say, hey, I'm going to fix this game or something.
Yeah.
You know, slide them some money or do whatever. It's like, I feel like there's ways around everything.
Do you guys think players are influenced by their plus or minus odds?
No.
Come on.
No.
You don't think so at all?
I do not think so.
Like if LeBron James sees that, you know, their bet to lose that game, it's not going to fire him up more?
I don't think when there's a lot of bettors who loses their bets off of a player, probably sends their DMs to DM on Instagram to see like, why'd you did this, blah, blah, with a couple swear words in it. And normally their response are like, I don't care.
Yeah, it's almost like we've turned the players into commodities. Mm-hmm. And morally, that kind of feels wrong. I don't know. Like Ruth, from just kind of that like bird's eye view perspective, what do you think about that?
Well, when we're talking about athletes at that level, they're making so much money that I find it hard to find pity for them in my heart.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit. That's tough.
I was gonna say to your point, if you told Kobe that he was gonna lose that game, that he's projected to lose or something, his odds, players like that would be like, okay, we'll see. Like they would come
and then
out.
It fires them up even
I feel
more.
like would have some kind of chip on their shoulder. So I think it depends on the player too.
So I'm curious, Kevin, is there any actual strategy behind online sports betting? Give us a straight answer.
Yeah, yes, a better chance of winning it, I would say.
If you know the sport?
Yes, 100%.
If you know the stats?
100%.
Okay.
So like, for example, I don't know if you watch college football. It was Oregon versus Washington, Pac-12. There hasn't been one team Washington beat Oregon.
I got to cut you off here, but I'm going to let you finish the next one. When we come back, is there a way to engage in sports betting responsibly? Let's see.
I'ma rule the world, yeah.